Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Victor of Cars Jubilee. Today we're back in our Ioniq 5 with an update for our windshield and our vision roof. So let's get to it. As you should be seeing pretty clearly, our vision roof is still cracked, still here. If anything, the crack's actually gotten worse. So we've tried our best to try to fill it, tape it up. Hopefully it lasts, but we'll circle back to that in a little bit. I want to start it off with just advice, meaning if you run into the unfortunate circumstance of having to replace your windshield like we did, well, what's it going to look like? What should you do? So the first thing I did, and the first thing I've seen a lot of people do, is actually reach out to your local dealer to see if they have the windshield and if they can actually do the replacement for you. Now, I've seen a lot of people say that those dealers were able to help them, and I think that's probably still your best course of action. Otherwise, if you're like me and your dealer said, we don't touch glass, we outsource everything to Safelite, then your next call should be Safelite. And for us, that's what we did. And from the point of reaching out to them and telling them, hey, I want you to replace my glass, to the actual replacement, that whole process took about 2.5 weeks. For some, I've seen it less than that. For others, I've seen a couple months. But at least for us, the whole process took 2.5 weeks, and honestly, that wasn't that bad for us. Now, how did Safelite do? Well, in terms of the actual glass replacement, I think they did a good job. We haven't had any issues. They did the recalibration. The actual replacement process only took 2 to 3 hours, and that includes the recalibration. Everything's been working great. Cruise control, lane keep, all of that seems to be functioning properly. Now, when we first got the car, our heads-up display wasn't showing up at all. So I actually went into the infotainment screen, into the system, and I reset it. I cycled it off, cycled it back on, and then it turned on. So everything seems to be working as it should be. Now, the cost of the glass is pretty substantial. The repair for us was over $2,000. So in that sense, if you have insurance, I would recommend going through insurance, and that's where things will diverge a little bit depending on who your insurance carrier is. For us, having State Farm, we called them and they said they do not handle glass claims in-house. They actually outsource it to a place called Lynx. So we had to deal with Lynx to actually get rental cars set up, to actually get this claim set up, and all that. Now, we did run into some issues with Safelite though when it came to communication and the expected time frame, because they originally told us, oh yeah, the glass will be here in about 3 to 5 business days, and we'll call you as soon as it's in, and then you can come in and we'll get it replaced. So with my expectation that it would only be 3 to 5 days based on what they told me, I went out and got myself a nice rental vehicle. I got a Tesla Model Y, which rents for about $100 a day. Luckily, my insurance covers most of it, but that means based on my coverage, I only have max 10 days with that car if I need it. But anyways, 3 to 5 days, I thought, okay, I should have plenty of time. Well, after the 6th day, and I hadn't heard from them, I called them, and this time I got someone else on the line who says, oh, there's a huge glass shortage right now. I have no idea when the glass replacement will actually come. And again, we can't track it. We have no way of knowing when it'll be here. All I can say is we'll call you when it's here. So then I'm thinking, okay, that means I gotta get this Model Y back to the rental car company, because I don't want to keep it if I have to pay for it mostly out of pocket. So that meant going back to Hertz, getting a new car, changing out my son's car seat. So all in all, I wish that wasn't the case. Wish I didn't have to do that. We did enjoy the Model Y, but just based on what they originally told me, they said 3 to 5 days, and apparently that was not the truth. Or that wasn't the case. At the end of the day, it only took about 2.5 weeks, and I don't think that's that bad. It's just they originally told me the glass should be here 3 to 5 business days. So that's one part where I felt like Safelite wasn't the greatest. The other part was the whole roof debacle. I remember going online to their website and saying, it says they don't service sunroofs. So I thought, all right, that's not gonna work. I gotta go somewhere else. So then we called them through insurance. Lynx called them and put me on the phone with an actual rep there. And the rep said, oh yes, we actually can do the sunroof for you with your windshield. So we said, great, let's get it scheduled. Well, a couple days later, I got a call from a local Safelite office saying, hey, I see here you've been assigned to our shop. We'll let you know when the windshield comes in. But then I said, well, what about the vision roof? And the guy there says, we can't touch that thing. I don't know why they told you we could. We absolutely do not do sunroofs. That again was another huge miscommunication or something going on where with Safelite, it just felt like there were so many disconnected pieces, so many people, so many variables that it was a mess. So dealing with Safelite from a communication standpoint and scheduling and all that, yeah, not the greatest, but in terms of the actual work being done, I'm happy with how that turned out. So that kind of wraps up our windshield repair updates, but that still leaves us with this vision roof. And let me break down what's happened there. So Lynx is our claim administrator. They're the one handling our glass repair. However, they said, well, sunroofs are a little bit more specialized, so we actually have this kind of outsourced to another company called Sunroof Express, and they're the ones that'll be helping you source the actual sunroof. So we've been dealing with them for well over a month now, and same thing, we kind of got the full runaround from different people saying, oh, it should be this way, and then I'll call back and then another person will say, oh, they didn't set this claim up right, it should be done a different way. Well, we finally have someone named Kim who we've been dealing with consistently. Seems to be the one that's actually handling our claim, but for whatever reason, Lynx would not process the claim. Lynx would not let her place an order for the sunroof. And after about a month, she finally got back to us and said, hey, Lynx wants the receipt from Safelite. I'm like, okay, well, here it is. And after sending her the receipt, she finally got the go-ahead from Lynx to go ahead and place an order for the sunroof. However, we have no timeline on how long it's going to take. She has no idea. She placed an order, but there's no tracking, there's nothing. So at this point, we're kind of stuck waiting. But my frustration lies with Lynx. They've basically been stalling or waiting for us without letting us know they're waiting for us for a month. And now we have no actual timeline on when we'll get our vision roof and then how long it's going to take to actually get it replaced. So that's the rundown, and I'll come back at some point with an update when we get this thing actually replaced. And to date, I did see someone on the Facebook forums saying that they had to get their vision roof replaced as well, and I think it took them a couple months as well. Right now we're at the 1 month mark, and we'll see how long it takes. Anyways, if you have any questions about the sunroof or the windshield replacement, feel free to reach out. I'll do my best to help you where I can. Otherwise, stay safe out there, stay away from rocks and rock chips, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.